Hey folks, welcome back to another review right on the Dice Tower with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're going to be taking a look at this little fellow right here, Canvas. That's right, we're going to be getting our Bob Ross on, y'all, and painting some paintings. So let's get down to the table and take a look. Here I have the game's components set up for you, and they are pretty interesting. Each, you're going to have a deck of cards that are basically just clear film that are going to represent different elements of each of the paintings that you're trying to put together, and they're basically put out here in an open market. Each person is given three canvases to work with, and you're going to be drafting these cards, and once you decide that you are ready to, you can put three of these cards into these easels, and that's going to be the painting that you have created. And then whoever scores the most with all three of their paintings at the end of the game, which is basically when all of the players have constructed or painted three paintings, then whoever has the most points is the winner. The points that you're going to score are shown up here on these different things. These are variety, repetition, emphasis, and composition. And so basically, the backside shows you or explains exactly how that scoring is going to work. For every pair of triangles that you have on your elements, you're going to be able to score one of these little award tokens. Then at the end of the game, you're going to count how many of these tokens you have. If you have one of them, you'll score 3 points. If you have two, you'll score 7. If you have three, you'll score 11. And if you have 4 green award badges at the end of the game, then you're going to score 16 points. And as you can see, there are a number of different kinds of scoring mechanisms that are out here. And so you'll have a lot of replayability in that alone. There's also a silver badge that you can get for your paintings, and they have a number of different things. For example, this one right here says that you're going to score a silver badge for every hue that you have on that painting. So that will get you these, and these will simply score you 2 points per badge at the end of the game that you have. On your turn, you're basically going to either take an element card into your hand, or you're going to use element cards, up to 3 of them, and you're going to stuff them into one of your canvases and construct your painting. When you construct your painting, you'll look at all of the elements that you're doing, and you'll score points based on these cards right here, taking those award tokens as you construct the painting. And then at the end of the game, you'll simply gain points for the awards that you've taken throughout the course of the game. So for example, maybe I just wanted to go big, and I could use all 4 of my inspiration tokens on my turn to take this one right here. I don't know that that's a great thing to do right off the bat, however. So I think what I'll just do is take this one, and it's going to be part of my hand now. All of these will scoot down one, and then another one comes out of the bag and is ready to go right there, just like that. Now, before we move on, I do want to explain some of the different things that these element cards are going to have. So first of all, you have swatches down here, which are going to be scoring you points based on what is asked for in these scoring conditions up here. Then you're going to have an illustration that's up here on the top part of the card, but then in the middle, you have parts of the name, and you'll notice that some are on the left side and some are on the right side. When you are constructing your painting, you have to make sure that you have a beginning and an end to your painting. So that's just another element that you have to take into account. So then when it comes back to me, maybe I want to use 2 of my inspiration points and take this one right here, and that goes into my hand. These will slide down, and another one comes out. When there are inspiration points on cards and you choose to take that card, you also get to take the inspiration point. So that is a way for you to get inspiration tokens back. And now that I have at least 3 cards in my hand, I do have the opportunity to construct a painting. But maybe I don't want to just yet for a number of different reasons. One of which maybe, remember that thing, I need another name on this side. I don't have that yet, so I'm not quite ready to construct my painting just yet. But once you have 3 cards in your hand, you do have the ability to do that. Once you have 5, however, you must construct a painting at that point. And now that I have 5 cards in my hand, I cannot draw anymore. As I said earlier, I have to construct a painting now. So what I'm simply going to do at this point is I'm going to look at the swatches at the bottom of the card to see which combination I want to put in there. And notice that when you put 2 together, if they have the same, one will cover up the other. So using these 3 cards here, I have Whimsical, Anxiety, and Extreme. And when I put them together in the way that I want, it comes up with this right here. And it shows me that I have all of these swaths down here and some bonuses that'll come up there as well. So what I'll simply do is take these 3 cards and slide them in my canvas like so. And now I have my painting called Whimsical Anxiety. And what it's going to show me is that I have hue bonuses right here, and then I have texture bonuses over here, and then I have a silver in the green swatch here that will give me 1 silver award for every hue element that I have added in there. So this is going to be a constructed painting. So I'm going to go through here and look. Do I have a set of each of these 4? No, I don't. I'm missing shape and I'm missing tone. This one right here. So I'm not going to score any points for variety. So I come to repetition. Do I have 2? Do I have a pair of shape icons? No, I don't. What about emphasis? Do I have exactly 1 hue? Nope, I've actually got 2. But do I have composition? I have 1 of each of these, and it's all going to a bonus. So yes, I will take a purple and put it up there. But then my green swatch here says that I'm going to get a silver award for every hue that I have. So that's also going to score me 2 silver ones like this. And this painting is now complete. Since I had 5 cards in my hand, I do have kind of a head start on my next one. But that's generally how you will construct a painting. And once you have constructed all 3 of your paintings, you will be finished. Once everybody has finished all 3 of their paintings, you score your points. For every silver badge that I have, I'm going to score 2 points at the end of the game. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I have 12 points from just my silver badges. Then I'm going to do for my composition badges, the purple ones, I'm going to count to see how many I have. I have 3 of them, and so that will give me 9 points. So that makes 21. Then I look to see how many blues I have. I have 1. That's going to give me 1 point, so that's 22. And then I have 2 greens for repetition, which means that I'm going to score 7 points, which means that my final score is 29 points. Whoever has the most points is the winner. I know I'm late to the party here because this game has been out for a while now, but I will say this. This was a pleasant surprise for me. I saw it at a local game shop here in the area that, well, it's up in Leavenworth, and I saw it and I was like, huh, it's a game about painting pictures. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and see what it's like. This is also a game that my wife Jessie enjoys a lot as well because of the theme and because of the lighthearted nature of the game. It's just fun to do what we can to produce paintings that we like to look at. And sometimes you'll probably find that either you make a picture that looks really cool or you'll make a picture that simply scores a lot of points. There's the dichotomy that the game presents itself, and there are basically 2 different ways you can play it. Try to do the best you can and score as many points as possible, or who cares about points? I'm just going to make the coolest looking painting that I can make. As we get to my pros and cons, I think my first pro is going to be I love the theme of the game. And really the theme is just simply painting paintings. That's all you're really doing. It's one of those kinds of themes that just kind of invites people to enjoy the game. And I like it when games do that because at the end of the day, I want more people to enjoy the hobby, right? And this is one of those games that kind of provides a very soft hook for somebody to get caught on, and they'll simply enjoy, they'll fall in love, if you want to say it that way, with the theme, with the idea of constructing a painting. But at the same time, it's also a pretty cool game as well. My next pro is going to be the fact that it's an open drafting game. I really enjoy that. I also like the mechanism of having a currency in the game. In this game, it's your inspiration tokens, and you can spend that currency to try to purchase the card that you want by having to leave one on the cards that you pass over. I really enjoy that mechanism because on one end, you're able to kind of control or mitigate the order in which the cards come out in. But on the other end of that, if you're not doing too bad, you can also get a little bit of a payday by taking one of those cards that already has inspiration tokens on it, and that allows you to really save up for that one card where it comes in 4 deep and you really want that one card. It's exactly what you want, and now you have the inspiration to pay for it. I like that mechanism, but on top of that, the core mechanism of open drafting is one of the game mechanisms that I really have found that I enjoy a lot. My third pro is that this kind of gives me the idea that I am making Dixit cards. And that's a cool thing. I've never really been great. Well, that's to say I've never been good at all at painting paintings. Just never been. I've always enjoyed watching people do it. I've always enjoyed, even when I was a kid, I found some kind of peace in watching Bob Ross reruns and that kind of stuff. I've always enjoyed, I've been amazed at how artists can put together something out of basically nothing. I love that artists can create such vivid masterpieces. I just love how it kind of taps into your creative core that is there. And I always thought, while I don't really enjoy Dixit, the game per se, I did have fun with it back in the day, but I've always been intrigued by the artwork that's in Dixit and Obscurio and Mysterium and all of those kinds of cards. Those cards, I love just sitting there and looking at the cards. I think it's amazing, and it's really fun to just look at the artwork that's there. And in this one, it feels like I've become part of that creative process. My fourth pro is going to be the scoring mechanisms and the fact that you have multiple ways to score your paintings that you can use in every game, which is going to basically extend the replayability of the game a little bit for you. And I also like the fact that each of the cards has the explanation of how that element or how that rule scores at the end of the game, and you're not just having to hunt through the rule book to understand how all of these different icons work together to score those points at the end of the game. I really did enjoy the scoring mechanisms and how easily they made it to remember or to be able to look up how each of those things scores, just in case there's a question during the course of the game, because frankly, usually there was. And then on top of that, scoring at the end of the game, super easy, which is a rare thing, it seems, nowadays. As far as cons are concerned, I don't really have any. There aren't any real cons for this game because, frankly, it's a very fast, quick game. It has an enjoyable theme, and it's very simple to teach. And those are the kinds of games that I love hit to table all the time. So I don't really have any cons here. There is, if you really want to dig for a con, there is the idea of top decking. But like I said earlier, these inspiration tokens really help you mitigate that feeling of, well, I'm just kind of left up to the will of the cards and the deck and how the cards are going to come out. Nah, I don't really agree with that. I can see where somebody might have that feeling from the game, but at the same time, it's such a light game. Who really cares? It's fun, it's enjoyable, so I don't really have any cons here at all. So my rating is going to be actually pretty high. I kind of throw this into a party game category. It really isn't. It really isn't a party game, but it does have that similar weight to it of being very light, very easygoing, and very simple to teach. It has that same thing going for it, so I'm really going to throw it into a party game category. With that being said, it only holds up to 5 players, so that's where it kind of falters in a party game category. But I think it still kind of fits. And because of that, I'm going to give this pretty high marks. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. This isn't a game that I'm always going to be wanting to play, but I will absolutely feel wonderful about teaching this to somebody else, or just go ahead and playing it with somebody that already knows how to play. I really do think it's a great game. It's very enjoyable, and that's my review of Canvas. Thanks for joining me. We certainly appreciate you being here. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.